This month, the Pittsburgh Opera is presenting its first ever performances of Haydn's spellbinding Aramida. It's a tale all about whether to chase love or follow your duty. The Prince of Darkness sends the enchantress Aramida to seduce and destroy the heroic knight Rinaldo. But as they fall in love with each other, both need to decide between obeying their orders or going with their hearts. Plus, there's a revenge plot to make things extra exciting. Fall into Aramida's clutches from January 25th through February 2nd. That's Pittsburgh Opera. Where can we take you? Learn more at pittsburghopera.org/citycast.
Today on CityCast Pittsburgh, it's the start of the Lunar New Year. So to ring in the year of the snake, I'm with a local food blogger to talk about all the places you can eat out and celebrate. And make that reservation soon, because there are some limited time menus on the table. Plus, stick around until the end for some fun events. It's Wednesday, January 29th. I'm Sophia Lowe, and here's what Pittsburgh's talking about. I am with another Sophia from Soph Eating on Instagram and TikTok, also known as the Bubble Tea Queen. Happy Lunar New Year.
Happy Lunar New Year. I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
I'm so excited to be on mic here with you. Before we dive into the food, I want to talk about some of your favorite traditions around this time of the season.
Yes, so I'm a superstitious queen, and I feel like as someone, like a third culture kid, it's always so interesting what we take and don't take. But for me, I don't allow my spouse to sweep the day of, because I firmly believe that you're sweeping away your luck. Mm-hmm. And I also don't let him take out the trash the day of, because I'm like, oh my God, you're throwing away our luck. So the day before New Year's or Lunar New Year's, he's always rushing to get all the trash out.
Yeah, I try to get my hair cut before, like a few days before, but this year I was like really cutting it close. I had a friend do a haircut like the night before.
I totally get it. It's so interesting what we all hang on to.
But I think everyone really does come together around food this time of year, like any other holiday. Do you tend to do a lot of your own cooking, or do you prefer like really going for it, eating out during the new year?
I love eating out during the new year because it feels so nice to support our local businesses.
Absolutely.
And it's always better than what I can personally make. So
okay. I tried to make my own dumplings last year. It was super fun, but it was so much work. So I am excited to eat out as well this year. So let's get into it. We'll start with some appetizers, things that are like smaller bites. What are you eating in this category, and where are you getting it?
Okay, so I really think that I would need to start off with spring rolls. Mm-hmm. And my favorite are personally from Banh Mi and Tea. I'm biased, of course, but I think they are the best. So that's definitely the appetizer I would pick up, or I am going to pick up.
That's great. I've actually never had their spring rolls. I've only had their banh mi's. So I will put that on my list. I really love the shrimp spring rolls from Tan Lac Vien. I think those are very classic. And then, I mentioned dumplings, obviously a huge favorite for me. But where should I go this year if I am not making my own dumplings?
Okay, so I just had the best dumpling soup at Many More's food market. I didn't realize it would come in a soup, but they are so delicious. Like the skin has a lot of chew. The soup is like a really clear, delicate broth, and it was just such a good dumpling.
Yeah, and Many More in the Strip District, they just opened up like their full service grocery store and all of like the little food court areas. So that's really excellent. Did you have anything else there that you think is worth putting on your list?
We had so much. We had a full duck, and then their roast pork was so good too. And I know a lot of people eat pork on the New Year, so I would definitely pick some up there.
Absolutely. I know there's a ton of dumpling places in Squirrel Hill too. Amazing dumplings. I honestly am a little ashamed to say that I haven't made it there yet. So maybe this is the year. Have you been?
I also haven't been. It's on my list.
We'll go together.
Yes, I would love that. My friends that have gone, though, love it. And the dumplings are so unique. I don't know if you've seen photos, but there's like rainbow dumplings that look like bok choys.
Ooh.
So yeah, let's definitely go.
I think that's super fun. Gotta get some red dumplings for good luck during the new year.
Exactly. And speaking of really good dumplings, Chengdu Gourmet has good dumplings too. And they also have fantastic noodles.
So what kinds of noodles do you recommend? Let's start with Chengdu Gourmet since we're already there. I know they have a very long menu, both like American Chinese food and then more traditional Chinese dishes. So take us through, what noodles are you ordering to share?
So I love their Sichuan spicy noodles. It's like a cold noodle dish, and that's what I always order there along with the dumplings. That's probably what I'm getting today for New Year's, to be honest. But I love those. And then, like you mentioned, in Squirrel Hill, Everyday Noodles is also fantastic. I love their oxtail noodle soup. And then their beef noodle soup is amazing too. And then, yeah, you really can't go wrong with any of the spots in Squirrel Hill.
And if you're really into noodles like pho, bun bo hei, like more Vietnamese stuff, you have to go a little bit outside of Pittsburgh to get to Saigon 88. It's in Robinson, but that is not really that far. Maybe make that a weekend trip. And then Tan Lac Vian is also on my list for more bun bo hei. I've heard it's really good there. I keep getting the spring rolls. Like when I'm at the food hall, I'm just like, I'm going to do a little from here, a little from another spot. So that's a little tricky to get my whole meal there. But I also want to go to their place in Squirrel Hill because that menu is so extensive. And they have a really great vegan menu too. And I think
I didn't
that's
know
really
that.
excellent. Yeah, because like I feel like with so much Asian food, it's a little bit tricky to get things out, like especially like seafood. There's like fish sauce and other things kind of
Yeah.
sneaking in.
That totally makes sense. Speaking of Tan Lac Vien, Novo Food Hall is having a lot of really amazing New Year's features. So they're doing vermicelli rice cakes there with crispy
Ooh.
roasted pork on the 1st and the 2nd, which sounds phenom.
Yeah, and then let's talk about some rice dishes too. I feel like that's the constant battle. Like, do you get rice or do you get noodles? I mean, the answer is both.
Both.
But
Yep, you get it. I know that Korea Garden in Novo Food Hall as well is doing like the special rice cake soup, the New Year soup. So that is definitely a rice dish to check out. And then have you had the omu rice from Q Ramen yet?
no, I did not know they have omu rice.
Yes, and it is fantastic. And they'll cut it in front of you and ask if you want to record and everything. So it is like the perfect foodie experience.
That's amazing. Yeah, we talked about Q Ramen on a previous food show. Our newsletter editor, Francesca, talked about like kind of the space and that it's like honeycomb shaped. So definitely go check out the rest of our food shows if you want to hear us go through some things like new openings, because Q Ramen, I've heard a lot of buzz about it and it's only been around for like a month.
It is really good. I'm not going to lie. I think also we have some really good local ramen places too, like Nanbom and Fujiya Ramen. So you really can't go wrong with any of the options.
Pitt men's basketball is back this season with a great deal for families to enjoy Panthers game days together. The Family 4-Pack offers you 4 tickets to a game plus a $40 concessions voucher for only $125. That's like $30 a ticket, and then you get that free $40 concessions voucher to treat the entire family. The offer is available right now for the upcoming Pitt, Virginia game. That's on Monday, February 3rd at 7 p.m. at the Peterson Events Center in Oakland. My real ones know how much I love basketball, and Pitt men are killing it right now, y'all. They are near the top of the ACC standings with a fantastic record, and they're playing especially well at home, so you're going to get a good show. Don't miss out on seeing your Pitt Panthers in action this season with the Family 4-Pack deal. Family 4-Packs for the Pitt, Virginia game are on sale now at pittsburghpanthers.com/family 4-pack. That's family number 4-pack.
Ready to conquer your next big challenge? Make 2025 your medal year by signing up for the Dick's Sporting Goods Pittsburgh Marathon weekend of events. Happening May 3rd and 4th in Pittsburgh, it's more than a marathon. Choose from a marathon, relay, 5K, and more. And if you prefer walking, join the popular half-marathon walking division. The Pittsburgh Marathon isn't just about running. It's about community, celebration, and pushing yourself to new limits. Over 300,000 fans will be cheering you on through the streets of the Steel City. And the hardest step is the first one, signing up. A registration today is a commitment to your future self. Join the excitement by visiting thepittsburghmarathon.com. Use CityCast15 to save 15% off any event registration. That's thepittsburghmarathon.com. And again, use that code, CityCast15, for 15% off any event.
Today's show is sponsored by the Frick Pittsburgh Museum and Gardens and a new award-winning tour of their historic home, Clayton. It's called Gilded, Not Golden, and this is unlike any tour you might have taken there in the past because it really gets into the complexities of Henry Clay Frick's story and legacy, like his role in the Homestead Riot and his lasting impact on our environmental health. It all focuses on the year 1892, when the riot happened, when Frick was almost assassinated, and when he mourned the loss of 2 of his children. I got to go on the new tour recently, and I was surprised by the way it started. You step into that glorious entryway and hear music from the orchestrion, that giant machine that sounds like an entire orchestra. It sets a very grand vibe. But as the music played, our tour facilitator told us how this one item was worth years of wages for a steelworker. And it became clear this tour wouldn't shy away from topics like wealth inequality and labor struggles. History is complicated, and that's what the Frick wants to share with you. The Frick's new signature tour of Clayton, Gilded, Not Golden, is now open for the season. Get tour tickets and learn more at thefrickpittsburgh.org.
So what other savory dishes do you want to recommend folks get for Lunar New Year? Like kind of grab bag anything that just didn't get on the table yet.
Yeah, so Malaysian Kitchen is definitely doing something special. I don't know if you've heard of Malaysian Kitchen before. They're a pop-up concept run by friends that are from Malaysia, and they make amazing food. I'm like obsessed with every dish they've ever made, but they're doing a preserved meat rice dish. So I definitely want to check that out. That's happening during the Lunar New Year pop-up at Novo Food Hall. And then I always love eating sticky rice during the New Year. So what is that place in Ross called? I think it's called like Wei Lai.
Oh, that place that does dim sum.
Yeah, so it's called Wei Lai Dim Sum, and they do a traditional Taiwanese dish called migo, which is like a sticky rice that's like savory with pork, and like it's just delicious. So definitely want that. And then Hong's hot pot and Korean barbecue, also in Ross, is phenomenal. And I think like hot pot is a great way to celebrate.
Definitely. It's also so nice to just be able to like share your food with people. It's a very communal kind of meal. And if you are also super impatient, I love hot pot because you basically just start eating right away and you're just like snacking through the night.
Exactly. And it's all you can eat, which makes it like even better.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
Sign me up.
So we'll go to Amazing Dumplings first and then go to Hot Pot.
Absolutely. That sounds perfect. But I want to save room for dessert. How are you finishing off your Lunar New Year meal?
Yeah, so I definitely want to get Tang Yuan from Mango. They have like the ube rice cake soup, and that is delicious. And then, not to speak about Malaysian Kitchen again, but obviously I'm obsessed. They're making a couple of special Malaysian desserts like pineapple tarts.
Ooh.
And these like cornflake cookies that are dripped in honey that I cannot stop eating. So I definitely am going to save room for those.
That sounds really good. And, you know, I know boba is not necessarily like a staple on a Lunar New Year table, but since you are the queen of bubble tea, I gotta ask, like, what are your top few spots for boba in Pittsburgh? I know we're getting way more shops opening up lately, which has been really exciting for me.
Oh my gosh, so exciting. And to be honest, I think boba is a staple for every day, so it's perfect for Lunar New Year. But my favorite boba is definitely from Ban Mi and Tea. Like their boba is just so dang good. My favorite during the summer is to get a lychee green tea with lychee jelly and boba, no milk, and it is like the most refreshing drink ever. And then outside of the summer, I love to get their butterfly pea tea with brown sugar, oat milk, and boba. And it is like so beautiful, so Instagrammable, and even better tasting.
You gotta have it all.
Yeah, exactly.
And then finally, let's run through a few events. If you want to show up, celebrate with community, maybe make new friends. Sophia, what's on your list?
Yeah, so I'm definitely planning on going to the Novo Asian food pop-up. That's the first and the second. And I'm going to be out of town, but a bunch of my friends are going to the Oka banquet, and they're really excited.
Oh, fun. Yeah. I think the Oka banquet is on Saturday, February 15th. It's $99, which sounds like a lot at first, but it includes 10 courses of food plus like some live entertainment. So if you ask me, I think that's a pretty good deal. And like you said, the Novo Asian Food Hall pop-up, besides like all the great food and the limited time Lunar New Year's menus, they also have music and like market vendors and a lion dance, so a ton of stuff there to do as well. Personally on my list, things that I'm really looking forward to and interested in is a wood snake feast hosted by Jaded and Formosa. That's coming up this Friday, January 31st. So it's 8 p.m. to 2 a.m. It's at Little Corner Grill House in Oakland. So that's going to include like hot pot, music, a bar, herbal teas, and a divination table.
Oh
So
my
I think
gosh.
that's going to sound, that's going to be really cool.
That sounds wonderful. I will see you there. And I know Parlor Dim Sum is having a Lunar New Year menu from January 29th to February 8th. So I'm going to try and check that out too.
They are also doing a giveaway. So if you order from the limited time menu, then you post pictures on Instagram and tag them. You are entered in like this drawing, I guess, to win a $100 gift card. Sophia, since you are big on Instagram, I feel like that is your moment.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like I'm just going to go every day. I love that. And then, of course, Squirrel Hill's having their classic Lunar New Year parade. So that's always something to look forward to on February 16th.
Yeah, and if, you want to put those things in your calendar, you can also subscribe to our Hey Pittsburgh newsletter because you get those events every single day. And then, you'll see it again because things like the banquet and the Lunar New Year parade are kind of in mid-February because Lunar New Year does last a very long time. We love to just celebrate as long as possible.
I know. I love that. Wish that we were in a country that would give us a whole month off, but...
CityCast, listen up.
Right? A month, please. Take time off.
You can find Sophia at Soph Eating on Instagram and TikTok. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you. 新年快乐.
That's all for today here on CityCast Pittsburgh. If you are a fan of the food news, head on over to our website. It's pittsburgh.citycast.fm. And then scroll over to the food and drink section. We've got a bunch of fun roundups, like our running list of new restaurants to check out in Pittsburgh and the best meals for under $10. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Talk to you then. I'm going to be honest, I don't go up to Ross that often. I do not have a car, so I stick to the city for most of my stuff.